Africa can. Morocco can. Yes, we can. Mama Africa, rise. Golden prize. Africa cup. Level up. 25-5-5. AFCON now live. African football alive.
Alright, welcome again. This is TV47 AFCON Extra. My name is Duncan Mtua. We have a lot to talk about, and today we have just decided, you know what, we're going to check on the statistics. We are going to check on the players who have been performing so well in the Africa Cup of Nations that is going on in Cameroon. Remember, out of 24 teams, only 4 teams have remained, and I'm not alone as usual. But Prince is in the house. Ali vipi kaka?
Safi.
Umetoka zoezi nini?
No, I had a session in the morning.
Yeah.
Definitely I train the seniors in the morning at 7 a.m. So you have to run pia kidogo. But I'm cool. Let's do this again.
Usiku inakaa refu bila...
Yes. I can't wait tomorrow because that is when the world will know what African football is made of, and we are all eagerly waiting for that.
All right, and also keep the conversation going. We are going to discuss matters to do with the Africa Cup of Nations. Remember, on our social media platform at TV47 Facebook, at TV47 Digital on X, and also on YouTube at TV47. We are live on YouTube and also Facebook. So keep the conversation going. Interact with us there. Also on my social media platform at Duncan Mtua Askof on Facebook, at Danko Askof on Instagram. So tunaongelea pale, tunazungumza pia unaleta banta kidogo kuhusu Africa Cup of Nations. But Prince, tukiangalia tu some of the key players before I bring my key players, or rather our key players when you're on screen. Some of the outstanding players who have performed so well in the Africa Cup of Nations for you.
For me, of course, I cannot start this list without the top scorer, Diaz, definitely. Of course, we have Lookman there. Not the top scorers, but generally. Lookman, in terms of ball distribution, what he has done behind the scenes. We've seen him, trying to help Nigeria. I think he's one of the backbones as we speak right now for Nigeria. And for me, I also believe that, of course, Sadio Mane, on the other hand, with his national team, and he has been outstanding. And for me, maybe those are some of the few individuals that I think have been there and will always do what they can to make sure that their team, their national teams, ziko vizuri. On the other hand, Achraf Hakimi has also been outstanding as a fullback, as a player that he is, as a fullback. Definitely, you have to give him his credit because he defends and at the same time he attacks. So I believe that things maybe might be different for Morocco if it were not for players like Achraf Hakimi. Of course, for Ivory Coast, we've seen a few individuals like Diallo. Yes, they've been eliminated, but that journey has not been possible without Diallo, Duncan. So we've expected to see players who've not made it really. Maybe we'll talk about it later, but I think players like Zaha should not be forgotten because they've done nothing, and maybe because they have not gotten that time to play. They've not gotten enough minutes, but I think Zaha angepewa nafasi maybe kidogo angeimpress.
Tukiangalia pia on some of the graphics, key players who have also who really impressed during the quarterfinals. Mohamed Salah being named as the man of the match in a match that man of the match in the quarterfinals after scoring against Ivory Coast 3-2. That game pia ilikuwa impressive.
Danko, I don't know why they gave
Salah performance against Ivory Coast.
I don't know why, because already your game walikuwa washashinda. Yeye alifunga bao ya 3.
Contributions of
honestly, me, I didn't put Mo Salah on my list because I think he doesn't deserve to be there.
Okay, another player, Victor Osimhen, against Algeria, where Nigeria won 2-0. Na Algeria pia walileta bwembo pia at the end of the game. They complained about the match officiating, but then you look at their performance, no shot on target, no direct shot on target for Algeria during the quarterfinals.
Definitely. Osimhen, I think I don't rank him because I think he could have done more. This is a player who could have scored more than 8 goals, so to speak. Angekuwa sahi akona 8-9. But he did not turn up the way he was expected to. And the fact that he has, you know, manpower behind him, he has a lot of, you know, he has enough supply of balls behind him. I think kule jamaa angekuwa juu sasa hivi. But what happened is, he did not really take all his chances, and that's why maybe tuko mahali tuko. But all in all, huwezi mnyima credit because Nigeria is not eliminated and they are still in the competition. So, and he's still scoring hata kama ni kamoja out of 5. So he deserves it, but I think bado.
Look at the Senegal against Mali. Kind of performance that DI showed in that match. Kumbuka, everyone has been looking, kila mtu amekuwa akiangalia Sadio Mane, what he can do with that ball, or rather what he can do with the Africa Cup of Nations 2025. But this man, DI, has been outstanding all through, being named as the man of the match in the quarterfinals against Mali. Definitely.
And I think, if I'm not wrong, he plays for Everton. And he has spent a couple of minutes in championship. Yes. So he has grown to be that really outstanding player. And I think in 1 or 2 years, only that he's 25, and I think maybe that is the only problem, because he deserves to be in a bigger team, on a bigger platform, teams like Real, Barcelona, Arsenal, Chelsea. But for me, I feel he is, of course, one of the best players, a masterpiece, one of the biggest talents that Africa has. And one of the good things that we are also observing, Danko, if I may, is that all these talents are distributed well, in different nations, in different teams.
Yes.
We are not only talking about 2 or 3 sides only. We are talking about Senegal, Egypt. All those teams have giants, good players. So for me, I think we are blessed as a
difficult match.
And also to close the day, or rather to close the top best performing chart, look best players in the quarterfinals. Look at the likes of Ismail Saibari of Morocco scoring, and also great performance. Their player rating at over 4. Player rating at 7.9.
Yeah, Saibari is an experienced player. This was not his first, of course, AFCON. He's been on this platform before, like I think 2 times before. So he knows what was expected of him, and he knows what turning up is meant for him. He is also willing to take on big stages. So he was there to showcase, to try and show the world that, you know what, I can also turn up and help my nation. And I think this AFCON, this time round, is unique. Because we are seeing the giants, of course, turning up, representing their nation as they should be. So for me, I say kudos, he deserves to be on that list.
All right, moving on, because we are checking on the players' performance.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We can also check on the top scorers, because Brahim Diaz, I know we've been talking about Brahim Diaz.
Yes.
But then
yes.
Mo Salah coming in, Victor Osimhen. Mo Salah was so silent during the first 2 matches of
yeah, we actually
played.
There's a time we were like, where is Mo Salah? Why is he not turning up? And we were bashing him. Actually, we were saying this guy is not turning up anytime soon. But during the third day match, that was the final match of the group stage. Goodness, actually, he was after the group stage. He was named among the team of the group stage, because he showed up and he really proved that I am Mo Salah and I can do what I can.
All right, Osimhen. Before the AFCON started,
he runs too much.
Before AFCON began,
yeah,
everyone was criticizing him. Everyone saying no. He's kind of a player who usually turns up during their club, or rather the European club competitions. But then you look at when he turns up during the Africa Cup of Nations, last edition scoring just 2 goals, the other one before this one scoring 1 goal. And then people are saying no, he's not kind of a player that a team would, rather a nation would depend during the major tournament. This tournament amekuja amejiprove.
Yeah.
Critics pia wamenyamaza.
Yeah.
Not to mentioning his behavior also.
One thing is, I'm not trying to say that he has not performed or he has not done his part. He has. But Osimhen is that kind of a player, you know, who can do football, but he has a negative side of his mouth and, you know, the words he throws around and how he behaves around, you know, teammates and opponents. That is what people don't want. But I have heard before that there was, you know, multiple, countless, you know, sittings that they've had as a team, him one-on-one with the coach, with the head coach of the national team and also the club, trying to talk to him about his behavior and trying to mold him into a professional, you know, a player. And I think it has worked because 2 years after last AFCON, he's here now, he's trying to score. He's actually begging for more balls. So I think there's something positive that we're able to see. We've observed the positives from Osimhen. So I think he's anapona na atapona na atulie tu.
Okay, tuangalie pia some of the players with the highest number of shots. Wenye wana try unajua unaweza piga shots mingi lakini usifunge. Victor Osimhen leading with 20 shots. Total number of shots zikuwa nje zikuwa ndani. Out of the 20 he managed to score just 4. Look at Brahim Diaz, the Moroccan forward. Out of 13 he has managed to need 13 shots. Yeah. Out of 13 shots 5 goals, and Christian Kofani 11 shots.
Danko, one of the things that we've observed in this AFCON, and maybe whoever is watching will agree with me, we have two things. These coaches have maximized on set pieces.
Set pieces.
1. 2, shooting outside the box. They are no longer going for short passes in the final third. That is not working because we've seen strong and good sides in terms of defending. So backlines are working for many teams here. So they are opting to shoot from outside. Yeah. And when you see Osimhen turning and shooting, that tells you a lot because he's one player who is of course a center forward, and a center forward normally anapatikana ndani ya the 6 yard pale kwa 6, but unampata amerudi nyuma, amereceive ball, ametana, ameshoot. That is a guideline from the coach that, you know what, tusingangane kuingia kule, let us try from outside. 20 shots, 25 shots is a lot in 4 matches for an individual. So I think this is coming out vividly that it's a strategy that these coaches are using.
Speaking of strategy, you can't talk about goals without talking about the assist. King of assists, Lookman, currently with 4 assists, Mane with 3 assists, and also Operi with the 2 assists.
Lookman, of course, we've talked about him countless times, and I think he deserves that. He's a very good, versatile number 10 who really understands what it means. He's everywhere. He is trying to penetrate those passes. He is trying to bridge that gap between, of course, the defense part and the attacking side. So that guy assists 2 assists in 1 match. He's just sensational. He's just absolutely amazing.
Was he the key player towards before the tournament for Nigeria?
Lookman,
you have considered him as a key player.
He is the backbone. He is the backbone. I don't have a problem with the rest. Iwobi, Ndindi, I don't have a problem. But Lookman makes them tick. Because if you don't have a number 10 to receive that pass from the box-to-box midfielder, you're not doing anything. If you don't have a number 10 who can link from one wing to another, you're not doing anything. So I think he understands his role. With his experience, goodness, he's good.
And Morocco awaits to face Lookman. Sijui watasimamishaje ama nini.
Watajua hapo. I can tell you hao majamaa. Alafu unajua Danko, Nigerians wanatumia nguvu, wana nguvu. Morocco wanataka kuibembeleza sana. No.
Lazima entertain fans tuko nyumbani.
Yeah, but again they also have to be very careful because sasa wakitumia nguvu against someone like Morocco, wanaweza pata kadi mingi na utapata Osimhen atakula kadi ya manjano, and I predict that. Osimhen na hiyo roughness yake yellow atakula.
chances created by a single player again. Osimhen is Osimhen. Lookman is there with 14 chances created for a single player. Mane is also there, and Mo Salah with 12. Mane created already 14 chances, tied with Lookman, and Mo Salah 12. Top 3: Mo Salah, Lookman, and Sadio Mane.
Definitely. For Lookman, Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, the coach wanna understand what they're supposed to do in terms of instructions. Kama Lookman unapata amepewa free roll. Roam the field, however you want.
BAMBA.
Yeah, because the coach knows he's good on the ball. Sadio Mane is top in dribbling. You cannot deny that kind of a player the freedom to do what he wants. He is good in of course scoring outside the box. His accuracy is top. So they deserve to be there. But the same thing I've always talked about, where the young lads, the upcoming players, we are not seeing them on these charts, and it is really worrying because majamaa wanatoka, na kama wanatoka nani watabaki?
Okay. Teams with the most goals. Nigeria so far they have already scored 14 goals. Senegal already 11, and Cote d'Ivoire already 10 goals.
Yeah, and Nigeria being one of the teams ambazo zimefunga 4 goals in this tournament, this competition. We've not seen it before, that team inapiga mtu 4. You know, wao ndo wamekaa wakababatiza mtu, nafikiri kwa Mozambique, if I'm not wrong. So Danko, definitely, because they are attacking more. They are an attacking side with quality in front of your goal. Creativity. They're playing, of course, with the almost 5 in the final third. So that means we have the 2 offensive center forward in your box, and then you have the fullbacks coming up to attack. So I honestly think those goals are you know what they deserve to have, and I think maybe isipokuwa tu Osimhen wangekuwa na mingi zaidi. Kwa hivyo sidhani kama kuna issue hapo. Nigeria wanafaa kukua where they are right now.
Highest goal conversion rate, Mozambique with 20% conversion rate, Nigeria with 20, another 20% for Nigeria. Tunisia with 20.
They are the best team, Nigeria.
Conversion. For you, game ikisha ama tournament isha saizi. Before you look at the conversion rate, team gani unaona, player gani unaona so far is the player of the tournament?
Ademola Lookman.
Na ni hivyo tu.
Yes.
Because tukiangalia chances created.
But they'll give it to Diaz. That is the problem. Because they're in Morocco.
What if they get eliminated in the semis? Morocco.
If Diaz atamaliza kama top scorer, they'll give it to him. Because I don't want to speak about it too much, but Ademola, because let me tell you something. They both play the same position. They are all number 10s. Sawa. But Ademola amefanya kazi ngumu, na ukiangalia even the teams zenye wamekutana nazo ni tofauti na Morocco. Morocco wamepewa sijui Tanzania, sijui nani, but kina Nigeria wamepatana na vigogo, and he's there. He has done wonders. Ukiangalia mahali anacheza na mahali Diaz anacheza pia internationally pia ni different. So I'll give it to Lookman asubuhi sana. Look at goal involvement, look at assist, look at passes, look at shoots. He is appearing on those
stats.
Yeah.
Highest goals conversion.
Yes.
Mozambique imekuwa pale 20 goals. So inamaanisha any chance they create kidogo hivi, hata kama ni bao moja wanafunga. They were eliminated in the round of 16, but they are still leading with the highest number of conversion rate with 20%, Nigeria 20%, and Tunisia 20%. Look at the highest total number of passes. The team yenye inakaguza, inapiga, inaleta, inatesa, ndio. Senegal 2,550 passes already. Cote d'Ivoire, who got eliminated the other day by Egypt, with the 2,489 passes, and Nigeria again in the top 3 with 2,466 passes. The style of play that Senegal have been showing.
But hizo passes zote, ile kitu ambayo watu hawajui ni kwamba hizo passes zote ni za madefender. When Koulibaly was in Chelsea, that season alikuwa na lead the highest person mwenye amepiga pass mingi.
Lakini inafika.
Yeah, unajua, what I'm trying to say is during the build up is when team nyingi zina pass ball sana hapo kwa hiyo backline. And so when that is happening, unapata 3/4 or even half of all passes a team zimepigwa kwa backline. So with Koulibaly, definitely he knows what to do, and of course the experienced fullbacks with the link of the CDM, they are good.
Tukiangalia pia road to the semi-finals, how the teams, or rather we are going to check on the two teams, and out of these two teams, Morocco and Nigeria, one might be, at the end of the day, might be the champion, because on the other side atuangalia wengi sijui mbona waangalia sana, because Senegal is there and Egypt is there. Anyone can win this tournament, but road to semi-finals, semi-final, Senegal will face Egypt on that is tomorrow.
Yes.
That is 14th January. Morocco again will also face Nigeria. Morocco having the home advantage. So will they beat Nigeria, who have been playing such a beautiful football and also scoring some beautiful goals? Tuangalie how Nigeria have been performing at Africa Cup of Nations AFCON tournament, and this will they will contest a record extending 16 AFCON semi-final. They have been in the AFCON.
Can you imagine?
16 times.
Goodness.
They have that experience. Kenya not yet to qualify in the round of 16. Nimesema tu. Nimetaja tu. Remember, they will also appear. They first appeared in Africa Cup of Nations semi-finals in 1978, losing 2-1 to Uganda.
Yeah.
Washaikuwa pale Uganda.
Cranes in
under the 24 teams AFCON format. This is the format that was just introduced the other day, or rather a few tournaments ago. Only Senegal, who did this in 2019, 2021, and 2025, and Nigeria 2019, 2022, and 2025 have reached 3 semi-finals back-to-back.
Yeah.
On the stats, already we have just said there, Nigeria.
Any team that beats or eliminated Morocco in the past events has proceeded to win the tournament. So for us, we all know that Nigeria is beating Morocco. And so Nigeria is winning the tournament. Honestly speaking, champion atatoka katikati ya Nigeria na Morocco. That one, we don't need to debate about it. Ama unapinga? No, because that is the fact. Senegal na Egypt wanakuja kuparticipate kwenye final. Any of them, but the winner anatoka pale, because history pia, we don't rely on that history too much, because I know maybe characters that we're having today are not the ones who participated in the previous tournaments, but history also plays a key role in this, because we've been talking about revenge. Senegal na Egypt before, and that is something that builds to what we have now. So Danko, for me, I feel everyone here deserves to win it, because they've been there before. They know what semi-final means. Hakuna mchezo pale. But I give it to Nigeria, and I think they will definitely eliminate Morocco.
Again, victory for Nigeria in the semi-finals. This will mean that it would see Nigeria reach a 9th Africa Cup of Nations and their 3rd consecutive final after 1988 and 1999. They would draw level with Ghana on their 9 Africa Cup of Nations final appearance. Remember, Ghana currently 9 Africa Cup of Nations appearances, but then again, Egypt leading with the most as one of the most successful teams at the Africa Cup of Nations. 5th semi-final appearance in their last 6 Africa Cup of Nations participation.
Definitely.
6.
Yeah.
Na hii ni semi-finals zingine.
Semi-finals.
Shows some dominance in the tournament.
Yeah, as we are saying, they all have what it takes to be to be in the finals, and I'm not disregarding any team. And the good thing is that all their players are present, are there for selection, and I think it's all about tactics and how you express yourself on the field this time round. All coaches are Africans, so hatusemi eti kuna mtu ametoka huko nje. All these coaches wenye wako hapa have played on this very stage before. This means that we have something very unique this time round. I had predicted that Nigeria and Morocco watakutana finali, but fate imefanya wakakutana semi-final. So Danko, we are ready, we are up for a very big show that hatujaona for a very long time.
There's a possibility of a shootout against Morocco for Nigeria. Just a quick one before we close the show. They have won their first 3 Africa Cup of Nations shootouts since 1984, 88, and 1994. They have only played 1 Africa Cup final decided by penalty. That is 2001. On the other side, they have won 4 semifinals in open play.
Yes.
1980, 1919, 2020, 2013. Key one, or rather quick one on what we are expecting from Morocco and some of the key statistics in this tournament. Defeated Cameroon 1-0 to reach the semi-finals for the first time in 2004. Reached the quarterfinals for the 5th time and won at the stage for only 2nd time. And have taken their whole-time AFCON, every other Africa Cup of Nations goal tally to 96 ever since they started participating. They are hosting the semi-finals for the 2nd time since 1988. So on the host, so on the kusema. They have won the last 3 Africa Cup of Nations matches back-to-back in this tournament. Barnabe has already scored 5 goals, and Morocco have scored 5 set pieces goal, more than any other team. They utilizing the chances zenye wanapata. Halafu a win would see Morocco reach their 3rd senior CAF final in under a year.
Danko, this is what someone listening or watching needs to know. Tomorrow, if Nwabari goes one-on-one kwa penalty shootout with Zidane, who do you think will win? Who do you think will get more penalties? Like, of course, Morocco and Nigeria. Nobody for Nigeria. Unafikiri ni timu gani? Nobody is more experienced in tackling penalties than Zidane.
No, Zidane for Algeria.
Yes, I mean, not Zidane
for Algeria.
Exactly. The Morocco side haiwezi kutoa. Mi nasema Bono is good. I meant Bono in the first place. Yeah. Bono is good, but I think nobody, especially when it comes to African football, in those shootouts, mimi na believe Nigeria itachukua nafasi. Na if wataenda penalty, Nigeria ita go through.
Quick one on match officiating, tufunge twende.
Match of officiating, no, I think it's been fair. Unajua huwezi kosa 1-2. It's been fair, and we are glad to still have one of our very own in Kenya. Nafikiri Cheriot, if I'm not wrong. Yeye bado yuko, kuna mmoja ambaye bado yuko, hao wengine walifika quarterfinals, and we are thankful.
All right. Pia sisi hapa we are thankful for you, rather for keeping an eye on what we are talking about, for keeping an eye on what is happening in the Africa Cup of Nations. Mimi nitakuwa nafunga. Have yourself a great day, and also keep it here at TV47. Have yourself a great day and great week ahead.
Africa can, Morocco can. Yes, we can. Mama Africa, rise. Golden prize. Africa Cup, level up. 25-5-5. AFCON now live. African football alive.